Hey friends, today I'm going to show you how I went from this old vinyl tile floor, and there's a bit of concrete on the one side, to this. What a huge transformation, hey? So good.
The first thing I did was sand with 80 grit sandpaper using an orbital sander, of course wearing a dust mask and using the shop vac to reduce dust in the house. And then I cleaned the floors.
I'm going to be using this crud cleaner to clean the floor. As per the directions on the box, it just says to use a clean rag and then wipe it off with a wet one. So that's what I'm going to do. Here we go. I'm using this Rust-Oleum Step 1 and Step 2. I'm going to start by cutting in around the edges and then use a roller. So pretty basic, here we go. Okay, so this is after the first coat has dried. It did not dry in 6 hours like the can suggested. It is a little bit cooler in this room, but I did turn the heat up later in the day yesterday. I am going to give it a second coat even though the bottle says it's a one-step application. I'm going to use the pool sander, give it a very light sand, quick wipe down, and then another coat of paint. Okay, we got 2 coats and I'm going to get started on stenciling. So I've got my 2 stencils from Cutting Edge, and they do recommend getting 2 so that you can switch back and forth while one dries. I've got some paint by Benjamin Moore. It's porch and patio paint. And then I also have a foam roller and a brush. And I did some practicing last night and I found that the foam roller actually works a little bit better than the brush for me. I know a lot of people have found that the brush is a little bit more crisp lines, but I don't know, the foam roller seemed to work really well, so I'm gonna try that today. And then I've got some tape and just a paper plate to roll out the roller on, and some paper towel to remove excess paint because you don't want too much paint on your roller. So I have heard. So here we go. What I found that works the best is I just dabbed a bit of paint on here. And then I roll it. You really don't want very much paint on it at all. When you put your stencil down, you're gonna match up the corner. See there, this corner here. I'm just using tape. And then you're gonna take your lightly rolled, and you really want it to be light. Like that's even a lot of paint in there. What I'm learning is you really need to be happy with this lighter look if you want to stencil without it bleeding. And I like, because these lines are like this, I'm not going that way, I'm going like up and down the length of these lines, which seems to be better. So as you can see, it's pretty good. There is a little bit of bleeding on this one, but like when I did lighter ones, like look at this one, like that's up close and the lines are actually really, really sharp, but it isn't super, super dark. So I was going for a really dark look like that. So as you can see, you can tell these ones here where I have painted in. So in hindsight, if I would have just left them all this lighter color, like more of a gray color, I think it all would have been fine with just a few little white touch-ups. But that was the look that I was going for, so I am painting them all in black. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna find your pieces here to match them up, line them up, and then you wanna tape pretty good here. This tape is getting kind of warm. Remember, make sure you don't have too much paint on your roller. You really, like I just press right here really good so it doesn't move. I'm gonna push right up. And I marked on here top so that as I'm going all along here,
I keep using the same top piece so that I don't have paint on the back there that's getting on the wall. I have been painting all of these by hand. Yes, every single one of them. I did have a friend come and help, which was so amazing. And absolutely this, you do not have to do this. I just wasn't quite getting the look that I had set out in my head. So that's why I started painting it. And then once you start, you kind of just gotta keep going. I would have liked to have been able to take a little bit more time to do this, but it's a laundry room and I got 2 kids and a husband. So I need to be able to do laundry again. I took everything out of this room in order to paint. When you just want to use some sort of fine tip brushes, I really don't even have the best brushes. And then I'm gonna go around and do white touch-ups when I'm done. I'm almost done, but I have gone through this whole thing and touched it up with white paint. And I'll show you what I mean. Just trying to make the lines a little bit crisper. Some of them didn't really need too much touching up, but some of them needed a lot. I missed videoing the last part, but I just applied the finish, which is the step 2 in the 2-step Rust-Oleum Home Paint Floor product, and I used a clear matte finish, and I rolled it on just like when I rolled the step 1 on, and I ended up doing 2 coats and just following the directions for dry time, and of course I let it dry the full 72 hours before moving furniture in the room. But like, wow, look at this. Doesn't it look so good? Make sure to check the blog at sobrightcreations.com for more tips on how to get this look.